And tomorrow marks the 7th anniversary of World Down Syndrome Day, a day set to raise awareness about the disease. Down syndrome is a chromosomal disorder arising at the time of conception. It is due to an extra number 21 chromosome, which causes delays in the way a child develops, both mentally and physically. The physical features and medical problems associated with Down syndrome can vary widely from person to person. The incidence of Down syndrome is estimated to be 1 in every 1,000 live births in developed countries and 1 in every 650 live births in developing countries. Medical experts say women over the age of 35 are at a higher risk of having a child with Down syndrome. Now joining us on the phone from Johannesburg, South Africa, is Vanessa dos Santos, National Executive Director of the organization Down Syndrome South Africa. Hello, Ms. dos Santos. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Tell us about the incidence of Down syndrome in South Africa and how it's being addressed.
Well, currently it's believed there's roughly 1 in every 500 people born with Down syndrome in South Africa. However, as you mentioned earlier, the range varies between country to country.
And as an organization, what do you focus on?
We focus on services and support from birth right through to the grave, and mostly within the poverty-stricken and rural areas.
Now, in general, would you say that Down syndrome is really at the forefront of medical issues and being addressed in the country?
Unfortunately not. HIV, AIDS, cancer, and certain diseases such as that always seem to be much more in the forefront than Down syndrome. You know, Down syndrome is a lifelong condition that people live with, and as I said, unfortunately, no, it's not at the forefront.
Now, you are the mother of a child with Down syndrome. What would you say are the challenges?
Well, our biggest challenge is basically people's attitudes out there. They tend to be due to not understanding and not knowing about the condition, and this is why it's so important to have a day such as World Down Syndrome Day to help us to raise awareness around the condition.
And you touched on World Down Syndrome Day. Tell us about why it's important to your organization and someone like you who is directly affected by the condition.
Well, I have a son with Down syndrome, as you said, and it is very important for us in terms of specifically the United Nations now recognizing this day, which then allows state parties and countries, governments to then assist with helping to raise awareness around this condition. So it's not just up to our organization anymore to raise the awareness, but it's also up to governments to assist us in doing so.
What is the life of your child on a day-to-day basis? What is happening in your house? How do you take care of him?
Well, we treat him just like we would anybody else, any of my other children with Down syndrome, and without Down syndrome. And yeah, he's just one of us. He's part of our family. He comes out with us when we go out. He goes to school. So he has pretty much a regular day, apart from the fact that, yes, he does have a condition that does make him different, but he is very much one of us.
Quickly, as a mother and an advocate, what are your hopes, whether it's in terms of research or even the way it's being addressed in your country?
Absolutely, we would very much like more research to be done, and also for people to be more accepting and not to stigmatize and categorize people with the condition, but to be more accepting and helping us to allow our children to be included into everyday society such as education and employment.
Great, Ms. dos Santos. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Vanessa dos Santos is the National Executive Director of the organization Down Syndrome South Africa. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Linord. Be sure to watch Linord Moudou's health reports every Tuesday and Thursday right here on In Focus.